Honorable the ministers, the leading members of the business world, representatives of Interbrand, editor and members of the Financial Times, and friends. When the editor opened this event, he posed the question whether one more branding competition was worth it. And I believe in branding, and we always say UNP is the best brand for Sri Lanka. But having Interbrand here, having you all being selected, and happy that the 3 state banks have come 1, 2, and 3, but that does not mean that you can avoid the restructuring. The fact that you are having Interbrand here is a good sign. It's a sign that our enterprises are becoming more competitive. They are conscious of the need to compete, and more so the state companies. So it is certainly a proud occasion to have Interbrand here with us, to have organized this, and to be available for many of you tomorrow and day after. Without branding, you have no chance in the global market. Branding is necessary. And once you understand the value of branding, then you are ready for competition. This is a major mental adjustment that we in Sri Lanka has to make. That you must compete to survive, and that you must compete to grow. I was just following what was said by the distinguished members from the Interbrand team, and I was looking at the slides put across by Mishra. And I looked at that one which said that the Industrial Revolution left us all behind. Yes, it left Asia behind. But without our wealth, there would not have been an Industrial Revolution even in Europe. Nevertheless, we missed the opportunities that many of our Asian partners did in capitalizing on all those moments for development after World War II. For a country that was on par with Japan at the very beginning, we seem to have missed the bus at every occasion. In the 50s, in the 60s, and the 70s, whatever you opened out could not be sustained. What we are doing now is to seize the moment when Indian Ocean becomes the growth area of the world. We cannot miss this chance. If we miss the chance, then we will always be put down just 2 points above Afghanistan. But if you are brave and we go ahead, we become the hub of the Indian Ocean. What did we miss in the earlier stages? What is it that we have to catch up? I don't believe in catching up. You just leapfrog. See where you are. Remember today, If you look at the Indian Ocean, it just started its growth scenario. It will go on. Then look at South Asia, from Pakistan all the way to Bangladesh, and beyond that Southeast Asia into Indonesia. On your western side, all the way down to South Africa. All these are countries that are growing. Every country will keep growing. Whether it be South Africa, whether it be Malawi, whether it be Ethiopia. They've just started the process. And here we are, situated in the middle of the Indian Ocean. It's not merely the development of the countries around us, but there will be two large economic movements in the area. One which you have heard of, one belt, one road. The other which is coming into being with Japan and India, the Asia-Africa growth corridor. And here we are in the middle of it. Should we grasp this occasion or let go of it? We can do that. Unlike India or Indonesia or Pakistan or Bangladesh, which will see a large burst in its population by 2050. From 23 million, the maximum we can go is to 25. Time for new technology, time for semi-automation, time to think anew. So let's look at competition as the key to our deliverance. You compete and survive, or you compete and go down. And I know the Sri Lankans, if they compete, they will survive. We survived so much. Surviving competition is not difficult. What are we? We become the logistic hub of the Indian Ocean. 3 grand ports, 2 good airports, 1 more that can be built. On your eastern side, you have one of the best natural harbors. On the southern side, you have Hambantota. And on the western side, you have Colombo, which in another 10-15 years can be the one of the most modern and the most efficient and one of the largest harbors built in the region. We only talk of the South Port, we have not yet looked at the North Port. Infrastructure that links us, these ports together. So we put the basics in. We just signed the agreement with the joint venture agreement of Sri Lankan Port Authority and China merchants on the Hambantota Harbour. We are now talking with India, Japan, Singapore and Sri Lanka to develop further the Colombo Port and the Trincomalee Port. We are looking at the offshore center just across here. Open up on the digital economy, which we spent some time today discussing what comes next. Our manufacturing will have to be very advanced. We must have one of the most advanced system of manufacturing. That technology is available. Focus on a few activities, don't try to do all. Time to come to modernize the agriculture. All this is possible. First, we have to get our house into order, get our financial systems into order. Look at all the points of inefficiencies in our banks. Chairman of the bank was looking at me. All the banks, private and public. Look at all the blocks to getting in investment, foreign and Sri Lankan. What more have we to do? to open up to the rest of the world. So here we are with that grand opportunity in front of us. We should grab it with both our hands and not let it go. And this is not all. How do we become competitive? We start off with our free trade. We put the GSP plus with Europe, EU. We must move towards later on, not immediately, into a free trade agreement. We are deepening our free trade agreement with India, Economic and Technology Cooperation Agreement. We are on the verge, I think early next year, we sign the free trade agreement with Singapore and then a free trade agreement with China. There you already. That agreement with India offers us the scope of the 5 southern Indian states and Sri Lanka working together for a $1 trillion economy, regional economy. Signing these agreements means when the regional comprehensive economic partnership comes in, Sri Lanka is ready to enter. And if the new TPP without USA comes into being, we must go there too. That to give you the access of markets from Europe to the western side of the American continent. That's a big market for us. We need a very small share of it to grow. And this means we have to become competitive. We have to become a platform for competitive value addition. This is the opportunity we have. Because I see here business leaders who've taken that challenge and who have the confidence that we can grow forward. And I have no doubt that given the environment, given the policies, given the framework, we can do the job. So this is the opportunity. We should not have another occasion for someone to come and show us a slide and said, you may have missed this also and you won't get out of it. When I saw the slide, I thought I'd share my thoughts with you and tell you that you have come to the make or break occasion. Let's make it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Honourable Sir, for that challenge, if I might say, to the business community out here and to everyone in general. Make or break, the time has come. Ladies and gentlemen, a reminder again, at 3 p.m. tomorrow at the EDB, there is an interactive session with Guido van Garderen. You may speak with Anoma at the EDB if you wish to confirm your attendance. It's time to wrap things up, and ladies and gentlemen, may I invite Mr. Nista Kasim to make the closing remarks. I'd like him to be accompanied on stage by Mike Rosha, Ashish Mishra, Michelle Nugawala, Guido van Garderen, Anisha Dharmadasa, Ameya Kapnadak, Rahul Bansal, Prasanna Amrasinghe, Rajiv Miwakala, and Liang Tao Ming. Over to you, Nista.
Thank you very much, everyone, for the time spent with us, especially the Honorable Prime Minister for his words of wisdom as well, and congratulate all the winners and a fair amount of people who inspired us in launching this first ever brand. And I want to thank Interbrand as well and our valued partners. Thank you very much and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Well, short and sweet. That's Nista, always. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for being with us. Refreshments, you may please join us for that. We'd like to have the winners coming up here, please, for a photograph.